Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream today. My name is Gary Robillard. I will be your host for today. We're going to be talking about integrating ACT with a dialer. And in this case, we're going to be linking in with RingCentral and being able to communicate, sending emails or not emails, but texts and that sort of stuff out. So it's going to be kind of cool. We'll show you that. If you have any comments as we're going through, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments area. We'll have Jared here going to be monitoring the chat and be able to let us know if any of you have questions, and I'm sure you will. This is kind of a cool topic, isn't it, Jared? I mean, going in and talking about some productivity hacks of being able to, dial out from your CRM product and being able to make calls and speed that whole process up. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty important tool because sometimes you forget, oh, did I make that call? Did I follow up with that person? I can't remember. You do so many tasks in a day and a lot of calls, and sometimes you forget things. And if you have something that's recorded, kind of an act, you can look at the contact. Oh, I did make that call. Oh, and I left a note where I said, hey, I sent that contract, or I sent this or that. So it can just help you make sure that you did what you were supposed to do, and helps you stay on task and not miss things.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with productivity is, we have all these things inside of ACT where we can record histories and emails sent, emails received. And you'll see here, picking the right voice over IP phone system is a really important thing because most people just want to dial out. And that's fine. If you want to just dial out, that's cool. That works as well. But there's other things you can do. Like what we like about RingCentral when we were vetting them all out for ourselves was that RingCentral has the ability to have built-in text. So we can actually text out, text in, and you don't need to get another plan for texting. Most people, if they want to do texting, they have to get another plan, and then that costs extra money. But with RingCentral, it's all built in, so it is just super cool. And being able to have a kind of a dashboard and different things that you can do with it, which we will get in. All right. Cool. It looks like Scott's online here. Scott, we're so glad that you're here today. And hopefully you'll see some benefit from what we're going to be able to show you. Some of the things coming up. So, we're working with this, communication dialer. We actually don't even have a name for this thing. It's so new yet, and it hasn't even launched as of yet. Now, we've been using this for a number of years now internally. And then we've had people say, hey, what do you recommend for a dialer? We're just going to voice over IP phone systems. And for those of you who are hesitant to go over to voice over IP phone systems, don't be. The technology is so advanced. We got on right at the edge of it when it started, when you had to make sure you had enough bandwidth or you were breaking up. But all that is way behind us now. So you can use the voice over IP phone system. It is so incredibly powerful, and it really gains the productivity. One of the things we're going to be doing more stuff on AI. ChatGPT just came out with a new version. There's new stuff coming out with other platforms, and Jared and I have been we've been having a blast messing around with this, right? Can't hear you, Jared. You're muted.
Oh, I muted myself. Yeah, sorry about that. I usually in between calls just so there's no audio interference, but sometimes you make mistakes. But having lots of fun with AI. It's just amazing. An exploding industry for creativity as well as just all sorts of things, productivity. They're just trying to find different ways to use AI to save time and speed things up, and also it's something you can do where you can outsource some things to like a virtual assistant, like an AI, rather than hire somebody to make certain things.
In most cases, like we've been doing, Jared, we've been telling people, go get some sort of AI. We use ChatGPT, but we do use other ones as well. And we like it because we have a marketing assistant for building content and asking, demographic information or whatever. We now we pay, I think it was $21 a year for a license, and you can't get a marketing assistant for that cheap. I mean, you still have to go and edit and stuff, but you do that with a marketing assistant anyway. So it really makes a difference. So anyways, enough about AI. We'll be getting, just hold on, we'll be doing some more stuff with that. And hopefully down the road, now Jared and I haven't talked to Matt yet. We haven't wrestled him down and said, hey, what can we do with AI integration into ACT yet? But, me and Jared we'll team up on Matt and we'll see what kind of stuff he can do.
Yeah.
That might not happen till the fall, but yeah.
He's the one that makes things happen. Makes the real life ideas work in ACT, and some things can't be done, and some things he can do. So it's he's the one that makes it work.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's dive in here and let's kind of show some cool stuff here. So let's. We're going to jump on to, so here we are in ACT. We're on this demo database, this sales rep demo database, as you can see here. And we're going to, now there's several ways, I must say, there's several ways. We're going to talk about RingCentral, but you can use anything you want for dialing out. This one, we're going to be doing more than just dialing out. And so you'll see how this works. One of the things that you can consider unlinking if you do decide to go with RingCentral, it works in several ways. So it does have a minimalistic interface like this, where where we can connect in. You can get a larger interface because it does chatting, it does live meetings and stuff like that. It does a pretty close to Teams actually. So you can have this whole Teams environment just using RingCentral. So it's all encompassed into that whole platform. Or you could use what we use. We use Teams, and we have because we use Teams a lot, we have the plugin for RingCentral in there. So now in Teams, we have everything compacted in there, all of our chat, all of our video, all of our activities, that sort of stuff. And then we also have in there RingCentral. So it's all comprised under one little application, which for us, it works really well. But there's no right or wrong. You can choose whichever way you want. In this demo here, we're just going to use the simple phone interface to RingCentral. It's very simple. This particular one has, you can have messages in here. You can see your voice messages. You can see any faxes that come in, and you can see any text. That's the other thing. You get a fax number with this as well, and you can text out. How this works, so this is our direct line, 403-692-8805. That's our direct line. But they also give you, our main phone, sorry, not direct line, our main phone. They also give each person that has a line, you get your own direct line. And that direct line is also an SMS text number that you can text back and forth with. And that's where the power comes in, and there's no extra cost, and it just works fantastic. So then you've got your text messages in here, and you can see a text message that came in that Jared sent a little bit ago. And then you've got, you have your video, you've got contacts, calendar in here. So there's a lot of things you can do, but in this case, we're just going to be dealing with, you can dial out, and then you can go to your voice and text messages and see them in there. So the integration works really simple. You can see I'm on Todd Miller's record. When this is installed, you'll get little dialer buttons beside any phone number. Any mobile number will also get a text button beside it. So you can see that right there. So if I want to text somebody, I can just press on the text button and text, which we'll show you in a second here. So what I'm going to do first of all is show you can dial out. Someone can dial in and it can pop up their number. So if I go over here to settings, you'll see here you've got your username and password for the ACT database, and it uses API connections. So you can actually do this off your phone, and I'll show you in a minute. There's a phone app that you can use, and I could actually somebody could call my cell phone and it can pop up in ACT. So a lot of people are using their cell phones in their office, and so you could do that and then still have it pop up on the screen. So let me first of all, I'm going to show you the dial out before I do that. So if I was going to dial out this number, it's going to ask you, well, what do you want to connect to? This is a one-time only. When you first set it up, it's going to say, well, what do you want to connect to? I'm going to connect to RingCentral, obviously, but in this case, I've got Teams, I've got Skype, and these other ones are just browsers. So I'll just choose the RingCentral, and we'll go always. And so now it's all connected to RingCentral. So what I'm going to do now is just get, hang on, it's dialing out. Hang up. It does that when you first set it up. Okay, so Jared, I want you to call my direct line, which you have. Call that, and we just want to see. Now, watch the screen, everyone. It's on Gary Robillard's record right now. Actually, I'm going to go to Todd Miller first before you dial.
Sure, no problem.
Todd Miller. Okay, so I'm on Todd Miller's record. So go ahead, Jared, and give me a call.
Okay. Calling now.
Please hold while I try to connect you.
There it is. And see, now I'm just going to hang up here. But you can see it automatically pulled Jared's record out. So not only can you dial out, but it will grab the ID string when the call comes in and look up that person in your database. And that is a huge time saver when somebody calls you. It just pulls up your record. Now you have access to notes and histories, activities, any contact or field information that you want to have. You're on top of the game. You can say, hey, I could be looking at the history or notes, or maybe if you're using, and here's a shameless plug to our ActView Plus, you could actually go in here and see comments and say, hey, this is what we talked about last time, or I see you were talking to so-and-so last time, and you were talking about this. Then you're up to speed, and it just up your game to, just an amazing amount. And so you'll want to be able to make sure you get ActView Plus, shameless plug. And if you haven't got it, make sure you get a trial. Jared will put a link in our shameless, I know.
Shameless.
Put a link in the comments area so that you can get this after we're finished.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyways, you'd be able to see all of the stuff that's going on. Rhett's asking, can this be, let me just pop this up here. Rhett's asking if this can be plugged into TELUS VoIP. It can be used as a dialer, Rhett. You can't use it as a inbound string unless we do some custom programming to it. So if you're using a voice over IP phone system other than RingCentral and you want to have the caller ID, look up the contact, we'll have to actually do some custom programming for you because the way it's designed now will only dial out on everybody else. If you want that, then we have to go and look at their API connections and how do we capture that string that's coming in, that inbound string, and being able to look up the contact record from that. So it can be done, but for sure, just as a dialer, not a problem. All right, so we've got this set up to pop up the person's record. Now I'm going to show you how to dial out. I'm going to dial my own cell phone number here. So let's just go to Gary Robillard. Oops, can't spell.
That's okay.
I know. Okay, here we go. So we're going to dial out. Here's the dial number here. And so before I do that, I'm just going to pop up my cell phone. And then I'm going to press the dial button here. And you'll see it pop up on my screen here. And so there it is, and I'm just going to decline that call. Oops, got to press it over here. There we are.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
Okay, so you can see how it dials out. Now let's do a text message. So this is the number that it's coming through, which is my direct line. Let's just pop on there, and then let's just do a text.
Yeah, the cool thing that I really like, when
Gary,
I was
how's
handling.
it going?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, hang on, Jared. Just let me.
No worries.
I like dictating. Yeah. Hey, Jared, how's it going? Or I mean, Gary. And
Talking
you can,
to yourself.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself.
It's okay.
And so it'll tell you, yeah, the text message, are you sure you want to send it out? Yep. And then it will confirm that it went out. And then you'll see it pop up over here on my phone. There it is. And then I can respond. And then I can respond back. One of the questions, when you actually get an inbound text, and I think, Jared, you were going to ask this question, was, if somebody, it'll record histories in ACT. So let me just go down to history here. You can see right here, let me just get my phone off of the screen for a second here. You can see right here that I've got the text message here that has come in. And so when you're sending out text, it comes in. When you're receiving text, it doesn't attach right at this today. It's going to be. So we will have inbound text. We're just trying to figure out whether we want it just all under history. And it does have a text message. You can see the type of history would be a text message. But we're also looking at maybe putting a texting communication tab on here so that you can actually click on that and you can actually see the outbound and inbound text all in a string. So we're looking at doing that. So these are just final little tweaks that we're looking at, along with some other cool things that we're looking to add to this before it actually physically launches to the public. But yeah, you can see that it does. Any outbound messages do attach. Jared, you were going to ask a question?
Yeah, well, we have some just questions in the chat first.
Yeah.
Susan was wondering if you could record the phone call with the client. So if you're calling out or someone's calling in, does it record it?
So RingCentral has the ability to record that now, and it will actually even transcribe it and put it into a text document for you. It does have that built in. Part of our things that we're adding before we launch this publicly is adding a record button up here. So you'll see right at the top here, this is our dialer area here. So if I add a number here, toll-free number 1-800-555-1212, and then just save this, you'll see that the dialer button will show up. So this dialer button, you can also come in here and you can dial from any of these numbers here. You can key in the number if you want to dial it. This will actually place the call. So placing the call, and these are part of the dialer. Part of the RingCentral is being able to end the call and put it on hold, and then we're looking at having a record button as well. So the answer is yes, it can record through RingCentral right now the way it is, but we want to be able to put a record button up here, and we're just working on that right now. We were trying to have that done for this demo, but there's a few little things that Matt had to overcome first before that would be available.
Cool. Yeah, there was just one other question Scott was having about when you're using like your microphone on like your computer. Can you use like the microphone from the speakers, or do you have to have a headset, or you can use both? I think you can use anything, can't you? Any sort of microphone that you want.
And that's a really good question, Scott. You can, when you're using a voice over IP phone system, you can have what we call a hard phone, meaning a desk phone where you have it on there. You can have a soft phone. And that's what we use. So we don't even use a regular soft phone like Bria. You can use something like Bria, but in this case, this integration that we have with RingCentral, you don't need Bria. This is a direct connection to RingCentral, so you don't need that. And so I used to use a headset, like Jared, if you want to hold yours up, because you have one there with a headset with a mic on it.
You'll have to show them my picture.
Let me just go back here.
Here's
that's
like
what Jared uses. I had
mic.
something different, and now what I do is I use and what I do now is I just use my mic and my speakers off my computer. And now if you need something private, and that's one of the reasons you may want to have a headset, I can always just go over and grab my headphones and still use this mic. So I can flip back and forth between headphones and mic. So yeah, you've got lots of options with that, Scott.
Perfect. Yeah, I know for me, when I was handling more of the software renewals for you and had to be like calling people back and forth more often, it was nice having, because it also has a mobile app on your phone as well as on the computer. So if you're out and about, it'll call your mobile. And then if you're at the desk, it'll ring from both your mobile and from, your desktop, and then you can interact with it there. So I really like that, as well as text, and then the text will be on your desktop. Just kind of like, iMessage or whatever. It's like that, except
Yeah.
this is a different
Yeah, it
service.
actually uses SMS instead of iMessage. iMessage is an integration
Yeah.
link just with the Apple products, but it does use SMS, which is a general text protocol. So let me just go back here and I'll just show this to you. Let me link into here. And so this is just the inbound text from my native phone. But if I go over here to RingCentral, you can see. Oh man, I can't see. I need glasses. There we are. So you got messages here. You've got video, phone. Let me just grab this as well. So right here you can see you got messages. You've got video. Where did it go? Oh, it's behind. Let me just move this up. Bring to front. There we go. So you got messages. You got video, phone, text, contacts, and then you've got more on the button on the side there. And so you can actually use Teams on your phone. So if somebody called your main number in the office, you can be out in the field someplace and have it just go right directly to your phone. You have it go to your direct line in your office on your computer, or you can actually have it just go right to your phone. And I know Matt does that sometimes when he's out and about. He'll have that go directly to his phone. And then you have then you can go to your text messages here down at the bottom, and then you've got your dialer. So you want to dial out, you can dial out right from there. So it's pretty darn handy to use these phone apps along with this. It gives you lots of flexibility of moving around. The other thing we like about it too with RingCentral is you can have an auto attendant in there. So press 3 to get to Gary, or whatever the case may be. That can be all set up as well. So there's just lots of power behind using that. But again, the main focus here is the productivity gains of using it with ACT and being able to dial out, receive calls in, and pull up the contacts record, and being able to text out. Those are really the three main things. And like I mentioned, we're going to add in a recording component for RingCentral specific. And again, if you're using another voice over IP phone system, definitely have the dialer. But if you wanted to do some of the stuff that we've done with RingCentral, it's just a matter of saying, okay, we can do some custom programming. And we'd have to get some API calls from the provider and just understand what we have available. At one point in time, we were looking at having it linked to Microsoft Teams, but the protocols weren't there to do it properly. We could dial out, but we couldn't get inbound calls coming in time. It's probably available now, but it wasn't when we first went with this, when we were looking at different voice over IP phone systems. And then so we decided to go with RingCentral because it had it. Well, the biggest thing for me was it had texting in there. Oh, and I want to show you one other thing with the texting too. And this is really cool. Whoops, wrong way. This is really cool. Matt showed me this yesterday. There are tools out there, and some of you may have tried them, where, hey, I want to do an email blast or a text blast out to a few people. And that's really cool. And AMA has this. ACT Marketing Automation has this, where you can send out an email campaign out to and send it out as a text. The problem with it is you've got to use another third party as your carrier for all of this stuff to be able to actually do it, and there's a cost involved for that. And so, and it works well. I've tested it out. It's just a lot of steps. And if I want to send out something to a bunch of people saying, hey, this is when the meetings change, or this is what we're doing, or it could be, hey, check out our new website or this new product, and I want to blast out to maybe 20 or 30 people, I can do that. Right now, the ceiling is, and Matt was telling me this because he was just programming this yesterday, that we can do 10 people every 60 seconds. Apparently you can do that. And he's seeing if he can change the ceiling on it. But one of the cool things is, if I want to send a text message out, I can go in here to the group. Let me just go over here. So I'm going to go over to my group, and I want to send let's say Gary Robilard's in this group. So I'm going to send a text message. Oh man, now how did he do this? Oh, I wonder if Matt's available. He showed me this, and I was kind of paying attention. How did he do this?
Well, we got a couple questions, so you can try to navigate or think about it when you as you're going. So there, Scott did have a question. It was wondering about how the mobile app also creates the history log, and I believe it does as well. Isn't that correct? That the mobile app as well creates history.
You mean an outbound text or an outbound call?
Just stuff you use from your both, yeah.
I believe it does, Scott. I believe it does. I have to check with Matt. That's a good question. Jared, if you wouldn't mind just jotting that down, and then we can ask Matt whether when you send out, make a call or send a text from there. I know we're gonna be the send a text should work. I know the caller ID thing pops up the contact when they call in. So, but let's ask that question, and Scott, we'll have myself or Jared reach back out to you and let you know how that works.
I believe you're looking for it's under the right menu.
That's what
the thing you were looking for there.
That's what it was.
Yeah, there you go. I got a little secret communication from our programmer, aka Matt. So
okay, so ask Matt.
He's watching.
Which one do I use here? Is it the?
Oh, you're wondering which one you use?
Yeah, so I'm under right.
I'll let him type something. But another question that Scott did have was about with RingCentral. Can you forward your number, like the regular cell number, or to a complete separate and unique number? And I believe. Yes. You can set up to forward if it doesn't pick up on your work line to go to your cell. So there is forwarding option, I believe, because I remember doing that at one point too. So yes, you can forward your calls to other numbers.
Can have it ring your main number, and then after so many rings, it can go forward to another number, or you can have it just automatically when it goes to that number, it automatically forwards to the other number. So yeah, not a problem there.
So I think what you need to do there, Gary, is probably just want to go to right and then go down to text message and just click
it's down at the bottom.
Little thing there.
I can't read. You know,
yeah, it's all good.
I should have my cheaters on, and I don't. Okay, so there. Okay.
It's okay.
Please forgive me, everyone.
We all get older. It's
hey,
part of life.
We don't want to talk
it's
about
okay.
that.
I'm going to be there too. That's okay.
All right, so under right, we're going to go over here to text message, which I didn't see. We're going to go to text message, and you can do current contact, current lookup, or select a group. I'm going to select a group, and I believe, Jared, I've added you to this group. There we are. And then now I'm going to put in the message. Let's see, I'll just dictate something. Hey, are you guys available to go out and do something fun in the bush, like hunting or fishing or something like that? ... There we go. And then I'm just going to press send. It says okay, and the text message is gone, and you can see the messages here. And then if I go over to my phone, and let me go back over here and press, and that creates histories in there. And then we'll pull up my phone, go to my text message, and there you are. And Jared, did you get the same message on your phone? I can't hear you, bud. You're muted.
Yep, I'm available.
Yeah, you got that one.
Yeah,
as
that's
well?
cool. No, I got the text too. Yes,
Yep,
yes,
okay.
I'm available.
So now, I mean, I've played with other programs that, and so you can see on my screen it was popping those up. I've used other programs that do this mass mail out, either SMS through AMA. I've tried that. Just a lot of steps and an extra cost. I've done it with another add-on, which again, you have to link to a third-party carrier, like Twilio or something like that. We had an account with Twilio to use as a carrier to send out the text and receive text. Again, there's a cost to that and a lot of complicated setup. And so now we don't have that any longer. So I think that, the best way to do this is choosing the right voice over IP phone system that gives you all the little pieces that you need where you can actually pull all this stuff together, and just make it super, super simple. And being able to increase your productivity. Being able to pull up a person's name and just click the dial button and go, as opposed to dialing on the phone or what have you, or having it pop up the person's record, is huge. So we're an advocate. This is stuff that we've been using. We just thought we would share, and we thought, yeah, we'll create a little app that everybody can use. So at least a dialer, if you want to use voice over IP with RingCentral, yeah, we got you covered. We got you covered. And we'll let you know when this thing is actually going to launch to the public. And if you need some custom stuff, we can do that too. Thoughts, Jared?
Yeah, we got. Do we have one question too about that? I was just talking about Scott had a question about texting. He was talking about RingCentral number, if it has the ability to text out from your regular cell, or if it's just from like the RingCentral number. The texting ability in the RingCentral number is the RingCentral number, not your regular number. So that's important. You'd have to, but the app will be on your phone, so you can text right from your phone, just like you would. But you would have to click that app and then text from there.
If you're a person that's using your regular cell phone number and you've given your regular number, this is for those of us who don't want to give away their cell phone number, but want to be able to receive that. Now you have a business cell number, put it that way, if you want to call it that, and everything gets back and forth with that number. I'm not sure if you could probably forward the text through that. That's something maybe Jared, we can jot down and ask Matt. If I was a person that everybody and their dog has my cell phone number, can we use that? As the cell phone number, as opposed to the direct line number that is given. I don't know if that's a possibility, if they've thought about that, or can connect the two like that. I'm not really sure. All we've been able to do, all we've done is just use the direct line that both Jared and I and the rest of the team have. We all have our own direct lines, and that's both we get faxes from there in that direct line. We get text message, we can text out, all of those good things. Did he have another question?
Just some stuff we can probably connect with a little bit more offline, but
okay.
It's pretty cool. Does it integrate with the advisor was an important question that somebody asked.
Oh yes, yeah, I've got it set up. Yeah, I've got it set up with this one. It's just a matter of putting in the app. Matt installed it on this sales rep one, but it's exactly the same on the advisor layout or add-in. It will do the same thing. Yeah. So whether you have your own layout with your own customization and stuff, all you have to do is install it. It will automatically put these wherever there's phone numbers in whatever fields you have. It will know which ones they are. And if there's a mobile one, it'll put a text button beside that as well. All right. Cool. I don't think, if we don't have any more other questions, are there any comments before we wrap, Jared?
No, it looks like a pretty powerful tool, I think, and it's pretty cool that we're building that integration to help keep it all in one place. And that's kind of the important part with when you have so many different things of communication, it's easy to miss something. It's like, oh, I got to look at my social media. Oh, I got to look at my text. Oh, I got to look at my cell phone. Oh, I got to look into ACT. I got to look at my Outlook calendar. So all these things together. And if you can kind of consolidate some of that in one area that you can then look at, it can help you stay more organized and then also keep track of things. So you're not like repeating something. Oh, I sent that twice, or, oh, I should text them this or that, or phone them about this. It's a good way to consolidate all in one place. And, we obviously are trying to get people to use ACT more for everything, or as much as they can with their business and track it in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's a very good comment. Yeah, this is just another productivity tool that you can use to up your game a little bit and get a little more effective and efficient in what you're doing, and just make your life a little bit easier. And this little component where I can text out a bunch of people at one time. That's for me. That's a huge thing, because it's always like, okay, I got to do 5 people, and I got to do them one at a time, and I got to copy and paste each thing, and da-da-da-da-da. This way I can just send a blast out and say, hey, yeah, we're meeting here, or we're doing this, or what have you. And I can have groups set up for whatever I want, however I want to do it. And for those people that maybe have certain products and you have cell numbers, you can do a group text. I don't know limits yet. Matt's working on the limits for those group texts, but but it's super powerful. So hopefully you see some benefit in this. We'll let you know when this finally launches. But if you do have questions in the meantime, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are, we're going to let everybody know once this is available what the cost is, and if you've got a different VoIP system than RingCentral, don't be disillusioned. You can definitely dial out using the dialer part of this, and probably be able to do a little bit of programming to have inbound and text and that sort of stuff working for you as well. So if there's no other questions, thanks so much everyone for joining us today. We're sure grateful that you took time out of your busy day on this Friday to spend some time with us. Hopefully this has been a benefit to you, and have yourself a great rest of your week and weekend, not long weekend, but weekend. And we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks, Jared, for co-hosting with me today.
Hey, you bet. Happy to be here. I learned a lot too. Thank you.
All right. Bye guys. Take care.